Ever wondered why some decisions just don't seem to work out no matter how much thought goes into them? This video dives into 5 common psychological traps that often sabotage success: overconfidence, fear of delegation, and the sunk cost fallacy. These are obstacles everyone faces, but rarely stops to address. In today's fast-paced business environment, these mental barriers are more relevant than ever. Overconfidence can lead to costly mistakes, while fear of delegating tasks creates bottlenecks that slow down progress. Even small decisions can become overwhelming due to analysis paralysis or the fear of losing money. Ignoring these challenges doesn't just impact growth, it can leave people stuck in a cycle of repeating the same mistakes. Understanding these pitfalls is crucial for better decision-making, whether managing a business or navigating daily challenges. Stick around to learn practical strategies for overcoming these traps and start making decisions that drive progress and success. Overconfidence can feel empowering, but it often clouds judgment and leads to avoidable mistakes. Ignoring expert advice is one of the most significant consequences of overestimating abilities. Dr. Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel laureate in behavioral economics, highlights this in his studies, noting that individuals tend to place undue faith in personal judgments while undervaluing external input. For instance, a startup founder may bypass professional legal or financial guidance, convinced they know better, only to face costly setbacks later. This same overconfidence frequently leads to underestimating risks. When decisions are made without proper risk assessments, blind spots emerge. In 2020, a well-known retailer expanded aggressively without analyzing market conditions, ultimately leading to financial losses. Such examples show how inflated certainty can derail even the most promising ventures. To counteract overconfidence, adopting a data-driven approach is essential. Collecting and analyzing relevant information ensures decisions are grounded in facts rather than assumptions. Consulting with industry experts further validates choices, reducing the likelihood of costly errors. A life hack for staying grounded is to regularly conduct pre-mortem analyses, anticipating what could go wrong before executing a decision. By blending confidence with careful planning, overconfidence can be transformed into informed decision-making that drives success. Fear of delegation often manifests as micromanagement, which can significantly hinder team productivity and morale. Constantly monitoring every task creates an environment of mistrust, where employees feel their skills are undervalued. Research by Dr. Edward Deci on intrinsic motivation highlights that autonomy is a critical driver of workplace satisfaction. Without it, team performance suffers and creativity is stifled. For business owners, taking on every responsibility leads to burnout. Handling marketing, finances, and operations simultaneously drains energy and leaves little time for strategic thinking. In fact, a Gallup study revealed that entrepreneurs working more than 50 hours a week are 27% more likely to experience exhaustion. Building trust in the team is a powerful antidote to this fear. Delegating tasks allows leaders to focus on high-priority goals, while team members gain confidence and grow in their roles. A practical tip is to start small, assign low-risk tasks, and gradually expand responsibilities as trust builds. An inspiring case is that of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, who credits much of her company's success to hiring skilled people and empowering them to lead projects. Her story shows that trusting a team not only reduces personal stress, but also accelerates business growth. By learning to let go and delegate, leaders can create a thriving, efficient workplace. Loss aversion, the tendency to fear losses more than valuing gains, often holds businesses back from making necessary changes. One common outcome is a reluctance to pivot. Entrepreneurs may cling to failing strategies, unwilling to abandon them because of the time, money, and energy already invested. Behavioral economist Dr. Richard Thaler explains that this mindset stems from an innate desire to avoid admitting failure, even at the expense of future opportunities. Another effect of loss aversion is the fear of investment. For example, many small businesses hesitate to spend on essential tools or marketing campaigns, worried about immediate expenses. However, This cautious approach often leads to missed growth opportunities. A 2023 study showed that businesses investing 10% more in digital advertising saw a 25% increase in revenue within a year, highlighting the value of calculated risks. Reframing losses as opportunities for learning is a key strategy to overcome this bias. Instead of viewing a failed initiative as a setback, consider it a step closer to finding what works. A practical tip is to use the 10-10-10 rule. Evaluate decisions based on their impact in 10 days, 10 months, and 10 years. This perspective helps reduce the emotional weight of short-term losses. Real-life examples, like Amazon's decision to pivot from its initial bookstore model to a broader e-commerce platform, illustrate how overcoming loss aversion can lead to exponential success. By embracing calculated risks and learning from setbacks, loss aversion can be turned into a powerful motivator for innovation and growth. The sunk cost fallacy is a psychological trap that leads to clinging to failing projects simply because resources have already been invested. This mindset often stems from emotional attachment, where personal pride or sentiment overrides logical reasoning. Dr. Barry Schwartz's research on decision-making highlights how the fear of wasting prior efforts blinds individuals to the bigger picture. One striking example is Kodak's refusal to pivot toward digital photography despite market changes. The company had invested heavily in film technology and couldn't abandon it, ultimately leading to its downfall. This case underscores how past investments can cloud judgment and prevent forward-thinking decisions. Regularly evaluating projects based on current value and future potential is essential to breaking free from the sunk cost fallacy. A practical strategy is to conduct quarterly reviews of ongoing initiatives, focusing on measurable outcomes rather than past expenses. A life hack to overcome emotional bias is to create a decision-making checklist. Questions like, would I start this project today, knowing what I know now, can help separate emotions from facts. By learning to cut losses and redirect resources, businesses can focus on ventures that offer genuine growth potential, ensuring long-term success. Paralysis by analysis is a common issue that arises when overthinking delays action. Spending excessive time weighing options often leads to missed opportunities. Psychologist Dr. Barry Schwartz refers to this as the paradox of choice, where too many options create decision fatigue. For businesses, this can mean stalling on critical initiatives or falling behind competitors. Hesitation also leads to unrealized potential. In 2024, a small tech startup lost a major client because the team spent months debating product features instead of meeting the market's needs. Such delays emphasize the importance of prioritizing timely action over perfection. Setting clear deadlines is a practical solution for overcoming this challenge. Breaking decisions into smaller, manageable steps helps reduce overwhelm and encourages progress. For example, rather than perfecting an entire product, focus on launching a minimum viable version and improving it incrementally based on feedback. A relevant case is Steve Jobs' approach at Apple, where products were launched with room for future updates. This mindset prioritized speed and adaptability, ensuring the company stayed ahead of competitors. By embracing imperfection and focusing on momentum, paralysis by analysis can be transformed into decisive action that drives innovation and success. Overcoming psychological traps in decision-making requires a combination of self-awareness and practical strategies. To address overconfidence, rely on data-driven approaches and seek input from experienced professionals. Build trust in teams to combat a fear of delegation, starting with smaller tasks and scaling responsibilities. Address loss aversion by reframing failures as learning opportunities and using tools like the 10-10-10 rule to gain perspective. Break free from the sunk cost fallacy by evaluating initiatives based on future potential rather than past investments, using checklists to separate emotions from logic. For paralysis by analysis, focus on taking small, actionable steps and setting clear deadlines to maintain momentum. These solutions not only improve decision-making, but also foster growth, efficiency, and innovation. By implementing these strategies, individuals and businesses can break free from limiting behaviors and pave the way for long-term success. This video explored 5 common decision-making traps and practical strategies to overcome them. Success lies in balancing confidence with caution, learning from mistakes, and staying adaptable. Start applying these insights today to make smarter decisions and achieve meaningful results. Subscribe for more strategies and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments.